everyone, it's Professor Hall, and I want to welcome you to the final exam, which is a take-home exam that is open all semester, so you can work on this at your leisure, and it will be due on the due date at the end of the semester. When thinking about how to measure the success of your journey through this study of literature and critical thinking and writing, I thought, what could we do to evaluate this? And I thought, well, I could have you read something and ask a bunch of questions, and that doesn't seem like that's a very good measure. So I decided to let you create a world of your own and write a narrative, story, essay of your own using some of the literary devices that you've studied so far this semester. So each step of the way, and let's take a look at this module together because it is a module with some study things. Again, everything's free in the class, so it's all a complete study module. So let's take a look at what's included in this final essay. So as you can see, we have the exam. This is where you will go to actually submit the exam. It is a 20-point exercise, and when you open this field, you will see the rubric for this particular assignment. This next submission shows the requirements for the assignment. Let's look at those requirements together. So the main thing I want you to learn from this particular tutorial is that narrative essays, stories that you're going to be writing are never written, they are rewritten. And I want you to know that once you create the characters and you create the world of this story that you are getting ready to do for this narrative essay, you will be writing several drafts. You'll change your mind 100,000 times, and then you'll make decisions about what your final essay will be. Included in this assignment are tutorials all the way through. I'm going to take you all the way through this process. When you complete the work on the due date or before, this will include the narrative essay, an outline, a works cited in MLA format, and all of your rough notes. So let's talk about what do I mean by these rough notes. See this blank page, isn't it wonderful? There's nothing on this. Eventually you will be writing notes and ideas and thoughts, and you're going to write and write and write and write and write. And all of those are going to be included in this Word document, which you will then save as a Word document, and you will submit that along with everything else that's going to be included in this work document. I say put the So you're going to create one long Word document. The first thing that will be on this Word document will be your name, course, final exam, and the total word count of everything. Then there will be the title that you've selected, followed by the actual essay itself. I like to write essays in chapters. You don't have to. There are a number of ways to write this narrative. The essay, the outline will be below that. The works cited in MLA format will be below that. And then at the very end of the document will be all these rough notes that you have written in this document that you started with. And you will submit all of that. So let's go back to this blank page that you're going to be starting with. As soon as you finish watching this tutorial, you will go down to the next and first document, which will be to select the image that you will be using to create your story. And when I write rough notes myself, this is how I start. I start right there. It's a story about what? So if we look at that images document, and you'll see a little tutorial before that too, but let's go ahead and open that together by going back to the module documents. These are some preliminary documents that explain what synthesis is. What you're doing is you're synthesizing and relating everything you've learned all semester into a creation all your own that shows how you understand and can create a narrative essay. Here's where the images are, and you're going to find one of those that you like. Let's look at them together real quick. So I just clicked on that link to the images. This is in a Word document, so you can copy any one of these images and paste it into the folder that you're going to create on your desktop. Look at this, 16 pages of images. You're going to find the one that you like best, that inspires you to write a story. And then on your desktop, and I would do this the first week of class, you can do it whenever you want, but on your desktop, you're going to create a file folder that you will call Final Exam, or the title when you come up with it, or whatever you want to label that folder. And on your computer, inside this folder, you're going to capture images throughout the process of writing. Remember, those images that I just showed you are the image selection that you will make for your story. Beyond that, you will be creating lots of other images that go throughout your essay. This assignments document is also in the module, and we'll be going over that in another tutorial later on. But as you can see, highlighted in yellow, these are the requirements for this narrative. You're going to need a number of additional pictures. I have 3 as the required, but gosh, I could use as many as I wanted. I've shown you an example in that same PDF that I worked on, and the pictures that I selected for that. It took me a long time to find her, by the way. I went through Google and looked for a girl who had just the right expression. It took me quite a while to find that picture. So you'll be choosing an image first, and then you'll be going through Google and any number of other resources and finding additional images that explain the world of the story and the characters that are in that world. So that concludes this first overview of the final exam, which is a narrative story essay that you will be writing that will be due the end of the semester. It's open all semester long, so you can study on this, create the folder on your desktop, and keep adding to it throughout the semester. This is going to be a really challenging and interesting and fun way for you to move into critical thinking and demonstrate your understanding of all the literary principles that we've studied all semester. Have a great time with this. And that concludes this tutorial.